Get this video 1,000 likes, but people share the video. Welcome to the final segment inside of Blessing Sunday. Welcome to Virtual TV Vlogs, everybody. This is the final video. Subscribe to the channel, and as promised, I will be posting more on Virtual TV Vlogs. Election date. I am going to tell you what is happening with the election coming up. As now, a fixed date is seemingly trying to be found. Now, when this date, I will tell you about it in the video, it is going to be permanent. A fixed date for the election. Comment and tell me also, my people, who will be your next Prime Minister? Mark Golding or Andrew Holness? Comment and tell me again, who will be your next Prime Minister? Mark Golding or Prime Minister Andrew Holness? You understand? The choice is yours, everybody, and we will now get into the main stories. But before we get to that, everybody, subscribe to the channel, share the video, hit the like button, and of course remember to subscribe. You understand, everybody? Yes, fixed election date is the headline. Remains under active consideration, says Malahoo Fort. Comment and tell me, who will be your next Prime Minister? Me know when I used to me I drink water, but sometimes I drink a local one Pepsi, put a pep in my step. You understand? And with that being said, let's get into the main stories, everybody. Alright, now the election date is on the thoughts and the mind of every single person in Jamaica right now. And as a matter of fact, so much so the PNP is confident that they are going to win, that they have been demanding Andrew Holness to call it. Andrew call it. They say that the only reason why the Prime Minister hasn't called the elections as yet is because he's a coward and he's in fear that he's going to lose. They call this recent action walking up and down in halfway tree a sign of desperation. While the Prime Minister is saying that they are the first in history to campaign on achievements. You understand? Okay? Fixing the most roads, lowering crime and violence, lowering unemployment, fixing the economy, building the most homes, and the list goes on and on and on of the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party and Prime Minister Andrew Holness and what he's saying. You understand? So it's a double-sided situation, everybody. So like this video and tell me who will be your Prime Minister. You understand? Okay? Leave your thoughts inside the comment section. And the Virtual TV wishes you God's richest blessing, everybody. Alright? So, without any further hesitation, let's get into this fixed election date that Malahoo Fort is seemingly bringing across now. And not just her, but also the People's National Party. And, of course, Bruce Golding. Now, Kingston, Jamaica, Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahoo Fort says the issue of fixed election dates remains under active consideration. Now, according to her, she said the matter was considered by the Constitutional Reform Committee during its deliberation. Now, she says, reading from the report, the minister, of course, informed that the CRC was aware that several Jamaican political leaders, civil society organizations, political analysts, and members of the public have advocated for fixing the election or fixing the date of the parliamentary general elections, right? The parliamentary general elections. Now, she goes on also to say that where that is concerned, my people, this is what she says, right? That this date of the fixing of the general elections is constitution by virtue of section 64(2). Now, it now gives the Prime Minister the direction to call the national general elections at any time within the life of the Parliament. Now, this discretion is often exercised to gain political advantage. I want you to understand what I'm going on. So, the people are calling for a fixed election date. One that, if made permanent, that is exactly what it will be. So whether it be September 1st, September 3rd, September 5th, September 30, whatever it is, even Christmas or January 1st, any which one of the days, that's what they're trying to establish. Okay? Now, while recognizing that there are good grounds for the proposal to adopt a fixed election date, the CRC expressed opinion that a precise and inflexible date may be problematic in a small country like Jamaica. Now, however, it went on to say that it is still possible to introduce greater certainty as to when parliamentary elections are held by having a fixed duration for the parliament and a limited period in which to fix the actual election date, she added. Now, the minister was speaking during the private sector organization of Jamaica, which is the PSOJ, virtual town hall on July 30, now, which explored the timely and national significant question: should Jamaica have a fixed election date? Leave your thoughts inside the comment section and tell me what your thoughts are on this. Now, Malahu Ford said during the deliberations on the issue of the fixed date for the general parliamentary elections, it was suggested that the matter be referred to the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, which is the ECJ, which is by virtue of its mandate is empowered to recommend changes to the electoral laws. Now, she stated, however, that the CRC remained in this situation and was reminded that the life of the parliament is a matter provided for the constitution and given the highest level of protection, is what she says. So, this is now becoming a very important consideration for the Jamaican government. Not just the government right now, but for also the opposition and to also the people of Jamaica. Because the uncertainty of the election that is brought forward by this current Prime Minister and HOLNESS is something that they call, kind of what they would say, a situation of deliberately him dragging his foot as it relates to the election is concerned. Okay? Now, this is what it is. If he doesn't announce when the election date will be, constitutionally, his powers will be dissolved, and there will be what we, in my perceived opinion, a forced election date when the Governor General will have to step in. Now, the Governor General remains the highest authority in Jamaica, right? So it will no longer be in the hands of Andrew Holness, of him dancing left and right, whatever the Willy Bongs are, whatever he's doing, what kind of song and dance. That will strip him of his powers in that election term, and the Governor General will have to step in and call the election himself. So, make no mistake. Let's continue. Okay? Now, since the matter was repeatedly raised for consideration during public consultation and with the CRC itself, and falls within the work proposed for phase 1 of the reform process, the CRC recommended that in the event there was a census between the two political parties represented in Parliament, the life of Parliament should be fixed at a 5-year minimum, with provisions for the actual election date to be set by the Prime Minister on a day within a period not exceeding 3 months, Malahu Ford said. Now, she said that, also pointing out that the 2020 election, or the 2020 period, during the Big C situation, Prime Minister Holness chose and accepted advice to use the parliamentary stage for the calling of the elections, which was rubbish if you ask me. Leave a like on the video, share the video, my people. That is it. Blessing Sunday is over. I will see you all tomorrow. Bless up yourself.